Oh. They come and say, hey, I've only got 4 minutes of sports here. How about a break?
I sounded like I really needed one, didn't I? Well, sorry about that.
Well, you're getting a lot of calls on the bacon this morning,
Yeah.
and that's good because we don't want anybody eating that bad bacon.
That's right. Plastic bacon, yuck.
Plastic bacon, I probably was a hog that grazed on AstroTurf or something, you know.
Right, in Oklahoma City, the station there, they were telling me that the sows were grazing in the linoleum is what it was. So.
Grazing in the linoleum.
Well, apparently that's what really happened.
In Oklahoma City. Really?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
It had to do with laying a new floor of linoleum or some such, and they weren't able to get the plastic out of the bacon. Why am I talking? Forget it.
There's a new product for you, Ken.
What?
Well, of course, Bakeolium. Go with it.
Let's run with that, Ann, see if we can sell it, will you?
Oh, gosh, get this guy out of here.
Let's try to do that. B. Bumble, our guest this morning. Let's hear it from me, gang. What do you say, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, you can do better than that. B. Bumble, this is B. Bumble, huh? All right. It's a little bit better, I'd say. They're a little tired this morning, B.
So am I, Ken.
Are you really?
Yeah, Ken.
Are you playing this weekend?
Yeah, I'm playing down at Foxfire at Bobby Don's Club in Fort Smith.
Yep.
That's 1502 Tulsa. Oh, never mind.
It's in the Town and Country Inn.
That's right.
On Towson Avenue. Well, I just know.
You were there Saturday night, that's why.
That's one of the reasons I knew that. No, I am very aware of Fort Smith and what's going on. Lived there many, many years, and there's a lot about Fort Smith we're going to talk about. I've already had a call this morning from John Mivelays, I think is the way you pronounce his name.
He's older than that, isn't he?
I don't know if he is or not, but he called this morning. There's a lot of class reunions going on.
Yeah, I heard that driving up here this morning.
Central High, class of 70, class of 60 from Central High, class of 55 from Will Rogers, and the class of 45 from Webster High School. We'll have their reunion next week.
Great.
Where were you in 55?
In 55, I was in Spiro, Oklahoma, Spiro High School. Working on my term paper, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Still working on it, yeah.
I didn't know that they had any paperwork at Spiro High. I thought it was all oral.
Well, usually we did it either that or linoleum, you know. Something that doesn't take.
1945, of course, you weren't playing then. B doesn't look that old. 1960, you were into music.
Right. We had a hit record about then.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The class of 1960, Central High School, will probably remember. What was your hit record then?
I think it was Bumble Boogie.
Bumble Boogie. Well, that's
matter of fact.
Just happened to have it here. B. Bumble, Bumble Boogie. Hey, how about that? B. Bumble and Bumble Boogie. What do you say, gang? Let's have a nice round of applause here. Bumble Boogie, B.
Thank you.
Your hands were going across the keyboard like quicksilver. And those were the days of the short songs. I sat back here and almost went to sleep there for a second. That's 2 minutes and 9 seconds. You never see one of those anymore.
Ran over a little bit, but we cut all we could.
They tried to keep them to 2 minutes, didn't they?
Yes, sir. Yeah, more plays that way.
Yeah. So back in the days when rock and roll stations were saying, more music, more music, more music, remember?
That's what it was.
And I always thought, why don't they just play it instead of saying it? You know what I mean?
The big sale continues at Family Wholesale Center, 14th in Boston.
Memorial for the discriminating shopper.
This has got to be one of the funniest things I've seen in a while here, B. B comes walking in here. It's nice to keep your records in good condition, you know, and people nowadays, you see them pick up an album and they carefully put their hands on the edges, you know, not to touch it, because today's electronic equipment will pick up a fingerprint. Not only will it pick it up, but you can identify the holder from it, you know. And he walks in here with a bunch of 45s, and they're strung on a coat hanger.
We spare no expense, Ken. Bring this show to you, I'll tell you.
They look in fine shape, too, B. Let's see, this one here. I recognize that. It looks like little pepperoni pizza on this one here.
That's juicy fruit. Juicy fruit.
No, this was a friend of yours gave you these.
Right.
And said, he knew you were coming up, right?
Yeah, Gary Traylor gave me these 45s to go through and find all the gold among what glitters and what doesn't here, and we're going to look through it and play the best for you.
All right. If we can play them. Gary, if we don't play all of them, you'll know why. It's because some of them aren't any good, and the others have something on there. Not a fingerprint, but one of them has part of an old burnt glove on it there. Must have been a hot one day.
What we can't
Just
play,
a
we're
second.
going to turn into ashtrays and sell a little later.
I want to tell people that you used to be a disc jockey and used to work at the same station I worked at, not at the same time, but
KFSA, is that right?
KFSA. Yeah, you can say that.
Well, now you worked at KTCS too, didn't you, in Fort Smith?
Yeah.
All
Matter
right,
of
I
fact-
worked there too.
That's where I started.
Mm-hmm.
KTCS in Fort Smith. Country music.
Yeah, Town and Country.
Town and Country, they call it,
station,
yeah.
yeah.
To
Well,
sell
I
'em,
started
tell
there,
'em.
too.
They always said that. To sell 'em, tell 'em.
And back in those days before inflation, they also said $1 a holler.
Dollar a
Remember
holler,
that?
right? Yeah, but it's not that now.
It's not the same dollar.
No, not
Not the same
not the same holler either. Thank goodness.
That's your
They get a
line
little
there.
better holler, don't they?
Yeah, you bet.
But how long were you a DJ?
Oh, I don't know. Off and on, around 10 years. Matter of fact, the first time we went out of college with our group, the original Rockets, we lit in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I started disc jockeying there.
Oh,
And I'd play until about 2 in the morning, get up at 5 in the morning, open up the station. KRAE, I'll never will forget. Coldest station.
K-Ray.
K-Ray, you got it. How'd you come up with that one? That's it. K-Ray in Cheyenne.
Oh, boy, that sounds like a wild time. Talking with B. Bumble, our guest this morning will be this right after back. 7:30 from KRMG in Tulsa, as Ann joined us now with her morning briefs.
Other than a weak stationary front across the extreme southwestern portion of the Panhandle, the Sooner State has been under the influence of high pressure. This is Caravan.
Thank you, Ann. Always enjoy your morning briefs this morning here. It's,
Thank you, Ken.
oh, boy. What is that hum in there? Is that air conditioner? I noticed when
No.
when I turn...
Yeah.
That's the air
I
conditioner.
guess it's just the room noise. I don't know.
Would you turn your room down just a tad?
I'm
Is it-
sorry, but then I'm
You'll
turned
notice
down.
over on the wall, there's a thing that says room
the
up
room
and
register.
down. Room up and down. All right, there's your dumbwaiter over there, too, coming up from the kitchen. Oh, no, that's Jim Ellis. What's he doing?
No,
there?
he's... Now, Ken.
I know, that's terrible. What's your favorite all-time oldie?
Oh, A Town Without Pity.
Town Without Pity with Gene Pitney,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Town Without Pitney, that's what they...
That's what it is now.
Huh?
Gene Pitty was one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, right. See, Town Without Pity, that was a
Movie.
movie.
Yes.
Had, wasn't John Wayne in that?
No.
No, that was Liberty Valance. I knew that there was a connection between Pitney. He did Liberty Valance, too, remember the song? Gene Pitney did Liberty Valance. And that had John Wayne and James Stewart in it.
And Lee Marvin.
Lee Marvin.
Strother Martin.
Lee Marvin was the bad guy, and John Wayne shot him. And actually, it was James Stewart that thought he shot him. Remember? Because he was a cook at the time, and John Wayne was John Wayne. He was just John, and he shot him from across the street. Remember that?
Yeah, sure do.
Brings back memories, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
You started out as a group called the Rockets.
Well, actually, before that,
I don't mean
still
you
in
were the
high
whole
school.
group.
No. Well, thanks, kid. I am on a diet, however. Now, actually, before that, in high school, we were with a group that recorded for Chet Atkins in Nashville on RCA, Bob Calloway and the Clicks.
Mm.
Bob Calloway and the Clicks. And one of the funny things that always happens, the best laid plans, okay? Bob Calloway and the Clicks, when they pressed the record, even for the giant, Chet Atkins, it came back with a misprint.
Uh-oh.
Bob Calloway and the Chicks.
Really?
Not a girl in the group, you understand. So we bought a few dresses and turned around. No.
You get away with that nowadays, but...
But that was way back in about 1958 or 9, before we even got out of high school.
Bob Calloway and the Chicks.
And the Chicks.
Did you have to change it then and go with the Chicks, or...
No, we
you-
just we sold so few that it didn't really
Oh, I see.
matter.
If anybody wants to talk to B. Bumble, I'm sure that there are some people out there that remember. I know I've had some calls all week saying, hey, yeah, I know his drummer.
Yeah,
One of your drummers is going to be up here this morning.
sure is. Don Orr, who
Don
lives
Orr.
in Phoenix now,
Mhm.
is back in the area for a little while, and he's bringing some of our old, records. I started to say hits, but
One of your favorite oldies is by this guy.
let's hear it. Maybe I can identify it when you play.
Darling, you
Sam Cooke.
send me,
1957.
I know you send me, honest you
Darling, you send me. You just mentioned a name a minute ago, Strother Martin?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
died yesterday.
You're kidding.
So what I just heard, it's supposedly in the morning paper. I have not read it, but Dwayne called me.
Yeah.
Dwayne is one of the guys that brings me all of these records, and I make sure that I get them. And by the way, Dwayne and Brenda Mercer here in town said to welcome you here, and they have ordered a record of yours, have ordered a record that has your record on it.
Bumble Boogie on it?
Bumble Boogie.
Yeah.
It's called, what do you say, Night at the Drive-In or Drive-In Music?
Yeah, Drive-In Music.
Drive-In Music.
Yeah, there's another oldie album that has Nut Rocker on it. Actually, Nut Rocker was the biggest of our hits.
Really?
Bumble Boogie and Nut Rocker, yeah. In the States, Nut Rocker sold a few more, but the big thing is Nut Rocker went to #1 in England.
Hey.
#1 for about 6 weeks.
And you played in England for a
Sure
while.
did.
As a
Sure
matter of
did.
fact, a strange story. Tell us about the story that in
Our
England.
first night in England?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, we didn't know how the English folks were going to accept us, so it was kind of wait-and-see attitude. Our first night was in Liverpool at a place called the Caverns, a real rough-looking joint. And our backup group, get this now, folks, our backup group.
This is the group, you were the headliner.
Right, we were the headliner, and we always played with a couple other groups to fill out the 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Our backup group that first night in England was a group called the Beatles. Beatles, yeah.
Unreal. That
believe
is
it.
unreal. What did you think when you saw the Beatles?
What a terrible group. No, really. That was before that, they'd made all the great music that they were yet to do.
Yeah.
But,
It was before they were even big in England.
yeah, it was before. They were a regional hit. Something like Johnny and the Hurricanes used to be around Oklahoma.
Yeah.
A regional, everybody loved them, but nobody in the rest of England knew about the Beatles yet. It was all a Liverpudlian phenomenon back then.
I can just see you up there now playing and say, who's backing us up, B? Some long hairs over here. The weird haircut. Look like they got a haircut with a bowl on their head.
Yeah, to steal a line, that's right.
This guy here needs a haircut, too.
Yeah.
Huh? I don't know who he is.
Don, come in. This is a guy that went to England with us.
Yeah.
This is the guy that played all the drums on
Don
the
Orr?
records. Don Orr.
Sit right down in there and talking to that red rubber ball. That is a microphone. How are you, Don?
Good, good.
Good.
We're
We're-
listening to you characters
Oh, have you?
for an hour.
Oh,
Driving-
homing in on the station, no
You got
doubt.
eating a side of beef this morning?
I've been trying the bacon they've got.
We can talk there. Don Orr, how long have you been associated with B. Bumble?
Since, I don't know, 55.
Yeah, after that, I think. When I went to college is the first time I met you, 1959. I
Yeah,
think.
but- well, we're not sure. It's a long time.
Mm.
Long time.
Yeah. And you played drums?
Yes. Yeah.
This guy's a drummer, man.
Yeah.
A drummer's
Number of
drummer.
years.
Wow. Don Orr with us, B. Bumble, our guest, too. And we'll be right back.
The Great Raft Race Center.
B. Bumble and the Stingers, it's called Nut Rocker from KRMG. Boy, what a biggie there, B. I tell you, it was
Thank you,
great.
Ken.
And Don, that was great. You were on drums
Yes.
with that song. B was on the piano.
Yep. We're
And,
sitting
uh,
down beside it, actually.
And at that time, your friend Fred Huber back here was chasing crawfish down in Louisiana. Fred's from Louisiana, right? You could
bet
tell
you.
the minute you talked to him he's from Louisiana because he's a...
But he knows where Bossier City is.
Bossier City, I imagine, yeah, he probably does.
Speaking
know
of
where-
Bossier City, another little graffiti note.
What's that?
The guy we backed up in Bossier City was named Crash Craddock. And he made it big, too, of course.
Yes.
Billy
He's done
Crash.
hmm
Billy Crash Craddock, yeah.
What was the name of that club, Don?
The Stork Club.
Stork Club, Bossier City Strip.
Wild place.
You ought to see the
You
Bossier
got-
City Strip.
You guys have been in some wild places.
Some wild
A
places,
few.
yeah.
And you're still in some wild places.
This one is one of the wildest
right
I've
here.
been in so far.
B, you're playing at the Foxfire about every weekend,
Yeah, just about. Friday and Saturday.
which is in the Town and Country Motel in Fort Smith, Arkansas, on Towson Avenue.
Correct.
And they can go down there, see you, and hear you, and just have a ball.
Yeah.
You guys stay open about 3 in the morning, don't you?
Yeah, we play usually till about 3 o'clock. I don't know what time it was,
Yeah.
last time. The thing is, Bob Calloway from Spyro used to be with us, and I've been trying to get a hold of him to get him down there.
Yeah.
Because all we do is the oldie stuff, The things you play on the... Been a long time.
Yeah.
But, that's what we like, to do the oldies, not make fun of them like a lot of folks do, but do them with feeling.
How do you feel about groups like Sha Na Na?
Oh, well, I like what they do. The only thing is, I don't like to make fun of the old music,
Yeah.
put it down. They do a little of that. But
Yeah.
the thing is, they've got some great guests on their show on TV.
Yeah.
Saw Benny King there not long ago, the Stand By Me guy.
Don, you're in Cushing.
Well, that's where I came from originally.
Oh, you don't live there now?
No, my parents live there. We live in Phoenix now.
Oh, I
So-
see. Okay. You brought a record with you from Ron Taylor. He's from Cushing?
Right. We played with Ronnie, and that goes back to
58, I guess.
yeah, about 58.
Oh, he played in your group then?
Well, actually, I only played with him about twice.
Uh-huh.
He took his toys and went home. No, the deal is, I joined their group, the original Rockets, about the time that Ronnie left. Yeah.
Oh. Maybe it was because you joined that he left. You never
Could have
thought.
been.
He sat on
Yeah.
him one night.
Huh?
He sat on him one
Oh,
night.
my goodness.
Then he sat at it.
He's got a song called Louisiana Woman now. It's on Sunrise label. And where does he reside now? In Cushing?
Mm-hmm.
He's leaving, though, traveled with Hank Thompson. Did he make up his mind?
No, not that I...
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have
I
said
don't know.
that.
We'll try that song in just a minute. Stand by, all right?
Summerfield.
All right, I will be out at Safeway this morning. I forgot to tell you, too. I'll be at the Safeway Superstore from 10:30 until 2:30. I'd like you to come out and see me. That'll be 21st and Sheridan, all right? 4 minutes until 8 o'clock. This song, Caravan. Well, tell me a little bit about it.
What would you like to know?
Anything.
You caught me there, didn't
Where
you?
did it come from? I noticed that Ellington wrote it. You and Duke get together?
Yeah, me and Duke. We had a fight one. No, it's the Caravan, but it's with a boogie beat, of course.
That record was much bigger.
Wait a minute. Let me turn you on here. Go ahead.
That record was a lot bigger in England, though, than it was in the States. Most
Wasn't
of our
there
hits
talk
were-
about a series
Yeah.
with this thing as the theme?
Yeah.
What was that series?
Don't remember the series,
Take
but
my
they...
oil and shove it. No, that wasn't it.
No, that was not
We
it.
did we did the William Tell Overture,
Oh.
rock and roll, and the BBC did take it and adapt it to the Lone Ranger TV series, but they didn't do it with this.
That was your thing back then, wasn't it? To take songs,
take the
known
classics,
classics,
yeah,
and put a little
and
beat to it.
Popularize them with a left-hand boogie, really. Doody doody doody
Yeah.
doo, you know.
Mhm.
Can you say that on the radio?
I don't know, but we can play this on the radio, and
Well, get
we'll
with
find
it.
out what it sounds like here. B. Bumble. It's called Caravan. 3 till 8. Oh, boy, is that great or is that great? I love it. Caravan with B. Bumble and the Stingers. And I'm glad that Don brought a bunch of... I love this one here. It says Rockin' On and Off. Rockin' On and Off. You guys have
You know what that's taken from, of course.
Rachmaninoff.
Of course you knew that.
All right. I love the apple knocker, too.
Yeah, William
That's
Tell. with
William
apple
Tell
on the
Overture, and the apple knocker, knock the apple off the head. That is... Did you think of all this stuff?
Are you kidding?
No.
I'm twisted, but not that twisted.
Who was it, Don? Was it you?
Oh, beats me. We used to get together in the basement, and
It sounds like you guys should be in a basement now, as a matter. No, really.
Rod Pierce thought of a lot of that stuff. Now, apple knocker, that's kind of obvious.
Well, yeah, it is, but not very many people would think of the
Well,
obvious.
with
I
the
don't
follow-up to Nut Rocker, if you got Nut Rocker on the brain and you're
Yeah.
doing William Tell, and what's the thing you think of?
That's true.
The apple.
Yeah. I think of the Lone Ranger, but a lot of people think of the apple.
Kimo Sabe.
All right, we'll pause and we'll be back in a few minutes there. We're going to have a little cup of coffee, and I think we'll skip breakfast this morning. KRMG in Tulsa at 8 o'clock. By the way, if your breakfast includes bacon this morning, why don't you do a little investigating before you do eating?
That's right. Wilson Bacon is being recalled.
Cleveland, Ohio.
And where is he now?
He's in Florida now.
In this business?
See, he ain't no dummy. Got out of Cleveland.
And it has a picture of you, B, and I swear that picture looks like, I hope you don't get upset at this. I know you won't because I know you. That picture looks like what the, those have a good day, big smiles, was fashioned after.
Those little buttons.
Yeah, those little buttons. It looks like somebody saw that picture and said, wouldn't that be nice to have a big old round face with a big smile on it that says, have a nice day.
Okay, Don, let's go. That's
Okay,
it.
that's it.
I mean, I've had enough.
Got a
Yeah.
surprise for you, B.
What is it?
I think it'll be a surprise if you turn around and look who just walked down the hall.
Well, Jim King, how are you, son? Good to see you.
Jim
This guy
King.
played in Lake Tahoe with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he,
guitar player.
he called a while ago on the phone, said he was going to come down and surprise you.
Sit down, son.
Jim King.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jim?
Fantastic. Just fine, Ken.
Good. You got here just in time to hear a little apple knocker here, all right?
Can't wait.
Beat Bumble and the Stingers. Lone Ranger will never be the same. All right, Apple Knocker is the name of that with B. Bumble and the Stingers. And there's a lady on the line, B, that has a question for you. I think you can probably hear her through there. You don't need to pick up the phone. Hello?
Just want to know when and where are you coming to Tulsa?
Oh, thank you,
We
thank
need
you.
you.